Hi, I'm Ray Talavas II, doing another cigar review, in addition to my original series of cigar reviews. This is a special edition cigar review with a little bit of a focus on Japan. I'm part Japanese, I'm 1/8 Japanese. My great-grandmother was full Japanese and met my great-grandfather in Japan. He was going to medical school there. They eventually moved back to the Philippines. And then my grandmother was half Japanese, and so forth and so on. My mom was a quarter Japanese, so that makes me an eighth Japanese. So this is kind of like this has some kind of importance to me. I'm very proud of all my heritage. I'm Filipino American, but mostly Spanish with Filipino and, like I said, Japanese. I was born in America, so I'm also American. So a little bit of my lineage there. Like I said, this will be a special edition with a focus on Japan, a bit of a focus on Japan. The cigar for the review is not Japanese. It's actually Nicaraguan, Honduran. Let's get straight to that. The cigar for the review is the Plasencia Reserva Original. Um, this is a line extension, not a line extension, but it's kind of, it has a lineage with the original Plasencia Reserva Organica. This is, I believe, this is the same cigar but with a different name. The original was Reserva Organica. This particular cigar, actually, the Reserva Organica and also the Reserva Original are both the first and only purely organic cigar. If you want, I'll give you a definition of what organic really means. Organic, organic, simply stated, organic produce and other ingredients are grown without the use of pesticides, synthetic fertilizers, sewage sludge, genetically modified organisms, or ionizing radiation. Animals that produce meat, poultry, eggs, and dairy products do not take antibiotics or growth hormones. So that's what organic means. And all the tobacco in this cigar is organic. And like I said, this is the first and only purely organic cigar. So that's what kind of like makes it special. And Japan, they're a very pure in spirit country, and they try. I'm sure organic growth of produce and products is very big in Japan. So, I mean, that's what I think. I mean, I would imagine because they're very pure in spirit. So they wouldn't want to put in any artificial, ingredients or whatever for a lot of the products they produce. A lot of the products they produce. So this Plasencia Reserve Original is, I would say, this is a Churchill size. It's not a very big ring gauge. It's about 6.5, 7 inches long. I want to say that's a 48 ring gauge or maybe a 46 ring gauge. This is a Nicaraguan Puro, meaning that the wrapper, binder, and filler are all from Nicaragua. Oh wow, it smells like almonds. The almonds and tobacco. Very nice aroma coming off the wrapper. Very nice, or like smells like almonds and tobacco coming off the foot. Very very alluring smell. Um, Feels like a very well packed cigar. Kind of hard at the head. Kind of has me worried that the draw might be a little bit um, tight there, but very beautiful cigar. It's got the white bands. I would say this is a light natural color. Very very beautiful cigar with the white bands. Yeah, it's got a primary, secondary, and tertiary bands on the foot band. It's a tertiary band. Just a beautiful cigar. So this will also have be this edition of the cigar reviews. My cigar reviews will also be about a little bit of history of Japan and also Japanese spirits. Uh, so the so the so the beverages I'll be pairing with this cigar review: some good old water, American water. I am American, but proud of my Japanese roots. A very famous Japanese beer, Kirin Ichiban. My favorite Japanese beer. I just call it Kirin. Kirin beer. Just beautiful on this really hot summer evening, May 29th, 2019, Wednesday, around 5 o'clock in the afternoon or evening. A nice, crisp, just delicious Pilsner from Kirin on this hot Baltimore summer evening. It's got to be about 89 degrees out here. It's so hot and humid. It feels like a summer night or a summer day. Also pairing with the Plasencia, I'm gonna go ahead and make a highball. Highball is an American cocktail, but adopted by the Japanese. They pretty much taken it for their own. The highball is soda water, whiskey, and a lot of ice in a highball glass. So the liquor I'll be pairing for the highball is a Japanese whiskey, the Teketsuru pure malt. Um, just a wonderful Japanese whiskey from Nika. And another Nika whiskey I'll be pairing for the final portion of the review is my second favorite whiskey of all time. First, my favorite whiskey of all time is, as most of you know, is Woodford Reserve, which is an American bourbon. But this is my second favorite whiskey of all time, Nika whiskey, Yoichi, single malt Scotch. I'll be drinking this neat. Um, just a one of a kind experience, Yoichi. Alright, so that's the review. I'll be reviewing the Plasencia Reserva Original, the first and only organic, totally organic cigar, with a little bit of focus on Japan. I hope you guys are doing well out there. It's Wednesday, hump day, May 29, 2019, around 5 o'clock in the afternoon on the Eastern Standard Time, East Coast of the United States of America in Baltimore. So people are getting off. Hope you all get home safely. Work days almost over in America and around the world. I hope you guys are all well. My best well wishes. Gonna hit a break. Alright. Las Candias. Okay. Hola. ¿Cómo estás? Konnichiwa. How are y'all doing out there? Welcome back to the first portion of the cigar review for the Plasencia Reserva Original, the first and only fully organic cigar. The review will also have a little bit of a focus on Japan, wearing the colors of Japan. The colors of Japan are red, white, and black, I believe. Wearing the red, black watch, and a black hat. I'm not white, but close enough, huh? Drinking the old, beautiful beer from Japan, Kirin Ichiban, or Kirin. Just wonderful. Just so crisp and clean. Kind of like Budweiser, but without the beechwood aging. Getting a little bit of sweat in my eyes. It's so hot out here. It's so hot and humid. It's got to be like 90 degrees out here. The humidity feels like it's 100%. It's like really hot out here. Gotta have a cold beer, the cold Kirin Ichiban. Yeah, so this will be the review of the Plasencia Reserva Original, and also with a bit of a focus on Japan. I'm going to go ahead and clip the old Plasencia. Gotta take the footband off. Wow, like, I'm getting a lot of sweat in my eyes right now. It's just so hot out here. Excuse me for that. Alright, here we go. Cut the old Plasencia. Like I said, this is about a Churchill size. About 7 inches by 46, 48 ring gauge. Get the old cigar review in process. Kind of like tastes like sweet cinnamon toast. Oh, that's delicious. All right, here's toasty old Plasencia. Ah, well, that tastes delicious. Tastes like really sweet nuttiness right now. Gonna toast the edge of the foot. All right, that went well. Like I said, I'm getting a lot of sweat in my eyes. It's just terrible. It's just so hot and humid right now. Like I said, it's early evening, but it is just steamy out here. Getting a lot of humidity and doing some sweating, so may as well have some Japanese Kirin. The review also is partly on the Plasencia Reserva original. Just a wonderful cigar right now. Ooh, wow. A little bit of baby powder. A little bit of baby powder, which I don't like that flavor. But some sweet tobacco. Very powdery, kind of sweet tobacco through the retrohale. One thing for sure, this is a very elegant cigar. I'm getting mostly sweet tobacco right now. Very elegant, very nice. The draw is very good. The construction for this cigar is very good. The draw is very easy and full. The burn is really good. Well, we just started, but the burn is really good. I want to say the smoking components for the Plasencia is, I would say the body is medium, medium plus. Flavor is medium, medium plus, and strength is right there at medium. So a very elegant cigar right now, very pleasant. I can't really tell what's organic about this cigar. It just tastes like a very good cigar. I can't tell how it being organic kind of changes the way it smokes, but very good cigar so far. Getting vanilla, sweet vanilla, getting good spice, and a very sweet tobacco. Just very elegant right now. All right, so let's go ahead and do a little bit of history on Japan. Hold on a second. I'm telling you, I'm getting a lot of sweat going into my eyes. Um, Trying to wipe it off, but I don't know what to do about that. Sorry about that. Just doing my best to keep the sweat out because it stings. When the sweat gets in your eyes, it stings. All right, here we go. Japan. Japan, or in Japanese, Nippon, um, is an island country in East Asia. Located in the Pacific Ocean, it lies off the eastern coast of the Asian continent and stretches from the Sea of Okhotsk in the north to the East China Sea, and the Philippine Sea in the south. The kanji that makes up Japan's name mean sun origin, and it is often called the land of the rising sun. Japan is a stratovolcanic archipelago consisting of about 6,852 islands. The four largest are Hokushu, Hokkaido, Kyushu, and Shikoku, which make up about 97% of Japan's land area and are often referred to as home islands. The country is divided into 47 prefectures in 8 regions, with Hokkaido being the northernmost prefecture and Okinawa being the southernmost one. Japan is the second most populous island country. The population of 127 million is the world's 11th largest, of which 90 hold on a second. 98.5% are ethnic Japanese. 90.7% live in the cities, while 9.3% live in the countryside. About 13.8 million people live in Tokyo, the capital of Japan. The Greater Tokyo area is the most populous metropolitan area in the world, with over 38 million people. Archaeological research indicates that Japan was inhabited as early as the Upper Paleolithic period. The first written mention of Japan is in Chinese history texts from the 1st century AD. Influence from other regions, mainly China, followed by periods of isolation, particularly from Western Europe, has characterized Japanese history. Japan is a member of the Asian Plus mechanism, UN, DECD, the G7, the G8, and the G20, and is considered a great power. Its economy is the world's 3rd largest by nominal GDP, and the 4th largest by purchasing power parity. It is also the world's 4th largest exporter and 4th largest importer. Japan benefits from a highly educated and highly skilled workforce. It has among the world's largest proportion of citizens holding a tertiary education degree. Although it has officially renounced the right to declare war, Japan maintains a modern military with the world's 8th largest military budget, used for self-defense and peacekeeping roles. It is ranked as the world's 4th most powerful military in 2015. Japan is a highly developed country with a very high standard of living and human development index. Its population enjoys the highest life expectancy and 3rd lowest infant mortality rate in the world, but is experiencing issues due to an aging population and low birth rate. Japan is mentioned for its historical and extensive cinema, influential music industry, anime, video gaming, and rich cuisine, and its major contributions to science and modern technology. So that's a little bit of Japan, a little bit of my history, me being an 8th Japanese. Japanese people, they are great engineers. They might be the greatest engineers in the world. They are just so precise, and they are just so exacting. They might be the greatest engineers in the world, and they're also very great craftsmen with great craftsmanship. They have a long and storied history, one of respect, because they're a very respectful people. And, it's kind of appropriate for me to be talking about Japan and my heritage, because at this very moment, May 29th, Wednesday, 2019, our president, President Trump, is over in Japan on diplomatic visiting, on a diplomatic visit. So Japan, it's got a complex and rich history. There's a lot of violence in their history, but also a lot of peace. And it's always been a very respectful culture. And I hope this kind of like gave you an insight and a little bit of understanding of Japan and the Japanese people. Drinking a wonderful Kirin Ichiban beer from Japan. But that was my little history and a little bit of insight into our neighbors, Japan. Far neighbors, but in this world we're all neighbors. So, especially in the social media world. The draw continues to be fine. The great draw. The burn's good. I've been neglecting it, but I haven't had to touch it up once. So it's a wonderful, wonderful construction. I would give the construction an A. I want to say the body is on the low end of full. The flavor is on the low end of full, and the strength is right there at medium plus for the Plasencia Reserva original. The first organic, fully organic cigar. First and only fully organic cigar. The flavors I'm getting baby powder, which I don't really like. That kind of tells me that I might be young, but also sweet tobacco and spice. And that's what I'm basically getting. So it's a wonderful cigar. I'm enjoying this very much. It's an unusual cigar, but wonderful nonetheless. Anyway, a little bit more Kirin Ichiban. Let me toast you guys out there with my last bit of Kirin beer from Japan. We are all neighbors in this world. Even if we're separated by oceans and miles, but with understanding, with better understanding of all the people in the world, it can only help in our relations with each other. We won't be as foreign and misunderstood with a good education and introduction to other people's cultures. So here's to you, here's to Japan, here's to America, and here's to the world. Chin chin. L'chaim. Cheers. Alright, I'm going to hit a break. The good old Plasencia is smoking great. A little bit of baby powder, but I can't blame it on the cigar. It might be just a little young. Alright, I'm going to hit a break. Hope you guys are well out there. Please take care. Happy hump day. Buenos dias. Hi. Hola. ¿Cómo estás? Ni hao ma. How are you all doing out there? Hope you guys are all doing well. Welcome back to the second portion of the cigar review with special focus on Japan and its history. The cigar for the review today is the Plasencia Reserva Original. The first and only fully organic cigar. I want to make a qualification right now. This cigar tastes to me like it's been under fermented or under aged. I'm getting a predominantly baby powder flavor and texture from this cigar. a little bit of tobacco, a little bit of sweet tobacco. But that's what I've been getting over the break. I'm not into the second third because I don't find it pleasant. The flavor, the smoke flavor of baby powder. I just don't like it. And I've had it before in cigars that I think might have been either under fermented or underaged. This particular cigar might not be. I might not be able to give it a score. Probably I'll just give it an incomplete. So that's where I'm heading with this. But also, this cigar review is also on Japan. President Trump currently is in Japan on a diplomatic visit. They have a great culture and a great history and are full of very talented people, but they do love their liquor. And the next liquor I'm going to be drinking is an American cocktail, but that has been adopted lovingly by the Japanese, the good old highball. So in Japan, they love the highball. It's ubiquitous over there. It's one of their favorite cocktails. So I'm going to go ahead and make for you the highball. This is a highball glass. The only one that I have has got a ducky, a Christmas duck. That's pretty cute. Christmas ducky highball glass. Yeah, highball glass is usually a tall, thin glass where you can put a lot of ice cubes, and it kind of like cools the drink down throughout the life of the drink, and that's why they have a highball glass. They want the drink to be cool throughout the lifetime of the drink, so you put in a whole bunch of ice, which I'm about to do. Highballs in Japan aren't really high in liquor. It's mostly ice, a bit of liquor, whiskey or whatever whiskey you decide to partake in, and some usually I have a lot of ice. I'll put the ice in there in my ducky glass. Usually tonic water or soda. Could be any kind of soda. Could be ginger ale, or I'm not really sure if they use cola, but I'm gonna touch on the construction is good. The draw is very, very good, and the burn is very good. Haven't had to touch it up once. Smoke components. The body is full. Unfortunately, it's full of baby powder smoke, and I don't like that flavor. The flavor is medium and low end of full, and the strength is right there at medium plus. So, got the old tonic water. You want to put in more tonic water than whiskey. Usually in Japanese style highballs, they put more tonic water. Maybe like 4-to-1 or something. And I'm gonna put a little bit more tonic water. I might make mine a little bit stronger than the traditional Japanese highball. I am running out of the liquor though, so I'm not gonna. I'm gonna put in the Teketsudu Nika, Teketsudu Japanese whiskey. Teketsudu was named after the founder of Japanese whiskey in Japan. Teketsudu originally was the master distiller over at Suntory, but then he left Suntory, branched out, and created the Nika Whiskey Company. But he was the man, the Japanese Teketsudu-san was the man who went to Scotland and learned the Scotch technique to brew to distill Japanese whiskey in the Scotch tradition in Japan. I'll go ahead and probably an ounce and a half, maybe 2 ounces. Good old Teketsudu single malt. That was a little bit more tobacco, but I'm really considering giving this an incomplete score because I know this cigar is probably a lot better than what it is because I just think this cigar needs to sit in a humidor and kind of like age and develop its more mature flavors. That's what I think. So just stirring the old highball. So there it is, the old highball. It's an American cocktail, but that's been adopted by the Japanese. Ooh, that is good. Wow. I can really taste the Teketsuru Japanese whiskey. And the tonic water, wow, it gives it a very, very easy drinking um, characteristic. It's very delicious. That is delicious. I can understand why the Japanese love this highball. That is very delicious. So I hope you guys enjoyed my little kind of like introduction to Japan, Japanese culture, and Japanese contributions through time. I'm a proud part of. I'm proud to have to have be part Japanese. I'm very proud of my 1/8 Japanese and me. My mom's a quarter. Maybe it helped me be very smart in math. I'm not an engineer, but I mean, maybe I could have been. Very smart in math and science. So proud of my Japanese heritage. I love this Japanese highball with a Japanese Nika Teketsuru whiskey. Mm. That is just downright delicious. It does have the Teketsuru whiskey character, but it also has the tonic water characteristics. It makes it go down real. This is really easy to drink. I suggest you try one at a black tie affair, or if you go to a bar, order a highball. It's just wonderful. Anyway, one last tasting of the old Plasencia, the Reserva original, the first and only fully organic cigar. Still a lot of baby powder. Most probably going to give this an incomplete grade. I'm sure this is a wonderful cigar, but cigars that taste like baby powder are not characteristic of their true flavor. So I'll probably give this an incomplete grade. But I hope you guys enjoyed the other part of the review with a focus on Japanese history and culture and contributions. All right, y'all take care out there. I'm going to hit my last final break and buenas con Dios. Okay. Hola. Konnichiwa. Nihama. How are y'all doing out there? Welcome into the final portion of the cigar review for the Plasencia Reserva Original, the first and only fully organic cigar, with a special edition, special emphasis on Japan, Japanese culture, Japanese history, and Japanese contributions to the world. Um, the Plasencia, sometimes it'll have that baby powder kind of flavor to the smoke that I don't enjoy, and then I'll have like a bit of a sweet tobacco flavor and earthiness to it. But I mean that might be its true character. But I'm probably gonna grade this with the incomplete grade because I don't believe that what I'm tasting from this cigar, like a lot of cigars that share this characteristic, I believe that this cigar needed to sit, maybe be fermented a little bit longer or aged a little bit longer for it to have its true character tasted while smoked. So, but I do hope you enjoyed the little history of Japan. I'm part Japanese and eighth Japanese. I'm very proud of my heritage, being Filipino, Japanese, Spanish, and American. I'm all American though because I was born here. Gonna go ahead and pair the Plasencia in the Japanese focus for today. The final Japanese spirit, one of my favorite spirits, the second most favorite spirit that I love is the Yoichi single malt. Just a singular experience, the Yoichi single malt. Gonna end this review. Um, with style with the old Yoichi single malt. Just a precious Japanese whiskey. If you can find it, I suggest you purchase it. It's just a singular experience. So smooth. It's like drinking silk. Really, it is. It's amazing. All right, one last draw on the old Plasencia. You know, the draw is very good. The construction is very good. The body is very good. The flavor is full, medium full to full, and the strength is right around medium. But the flavors are baby powder. And at least you believe that this cigar needs to sit and age. Anyway, for the other part, the Japanese focus for the cigar review, the singular Yoichi single malt. Like I said, if you can find it, purchase it. This is for everyone in the world. I wish you all good peace, happiness, safety, well-being, and prosperity. Chin chin, lahayim, cheers. There's only one spirit that I hold above this, and that's Woodford Reserve and American Bourbon. But this is truly a singular experience, the Yoichi. Just so smooth, just like drinking silk. All right. I can only give this an incomplete grade. That's not my final grade. It gets an incomplete grade because I believe this cigar, because of its characteristic baby powder character, just is not fermented enough, long enough, or it's not aged long enough. So I'm sure that if you age this cigar, if it tastes like baby powder, just age it, and everything will settle down. So that's my final grade, incomplete, for the Plasencia Reserva Original, the first and only organic cigar. Let me close the cigar review the way I usually end my cigar reviews. I wish all the people in the world only the best. Good health, good wealth, good fortune, only the best of friends, and most importantly, family. Konnichiwa out there. Konnichiwa. Take care. Vayas con Dios.